Well, I got up as early as I could last night. We had a football game. My daughter cheers, and it was about an hour and a half drive. So I'm out here this morning, and first thing I got to do is get this cleaned up, and then I'm going to get up in the deer stand. I know I got some trees and brush that I'm going to have to clear out. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is take care of these winged assassins with sharp points, also known as WASP. I'm going to get up there and see what I can do about knocking them out. Before I get started on anything, I'm going to spray my legs down with some off or cutter, I forget what brand it is, but we've had a lot of ticks out here this year, so I do not want to get ticks. So yeah, while I do that, I'm going to take and post up a little video of me mowing yesterday. I didn't get it all done. I've got a little bit more to do today, but it's my grandfather's 95th birthday party today, so we're doing that about 11:30, and then I got a wedding to go to for a friend of mine's daughter. So today is kind of somewhat shot with other activities, but looking forward to both of those. So I got myself sprayed off. With that off, I'm going to take a can of this up with me and put in this stand, and first I'm going to walk around it. I brought my weed eater down, but there's no way it's going to knock through that dog fennel. That stuff's thick, and I should have brought some type of a blade, but I didn't. So I'm just going to step on it and step it down, walk around and see what kind of wasp nest I have up underneath there. Here we go. Let me make sure that I got bullets. Yep. Okay. I don't see any. If y'all see any, let me know. I don't feel like getting stung. See a lot of little cocoons up underneath here, but yeah, I don't really see any. Well, that's a good sign. I can see where some were. Let me check these steps. This is always the scariest part. That first time crawling up in this thing. If you're wondering about that PVC pipe, right here I've got a little urinal up in there. Yeah, I got me a propane heater up in here. So I think we're okay to pop this door open and see what we're dealing with. Let me take my sunglasses off so I can see. Surprisingly, I don't see any wasps. My previously spent rounds here, that one's actually full. Make some noise. These wasps. Yeah, I think we're good. Check underneath these chairs. Common place for them to get would be like underneath the chairs, any kind of flat surface. There was another one right there. Oh, there is a wasp on that one. Just one. It's a kind of cool morning, but not that cool. There's a frog. Big old frog right here. Not sure if you can see him. Hello, Mr. Froggy. Let me tap this wasp up here with some of the spray. That was a lot less eventful than what I thought it was going to be. So, what do I need to take out? A bunch. I think I'm just going to hit that crepe myrtle that's directly in front of me right here, and then maybe that pecan that's over there. Well, it got pretty cool last night, so there's a lot of dew out here on all the grass and everything, and the same with all that brush that's out there. So I'm actually going to let it dry up a little bit, kind of regroup. I'm going to, when I took my feeder down last time, it fell off the tractor and broke some of the wiring, so I'm going to get those wires fixed and all, and then I actually have to charge this camera because I didn't charge it, and now the battery's dead. Boy, the squirrels are busy today, and I'm not talking about the physical ones, I'm just talking about the ones up here. So came back up here to work on the deer feeder. As you can see right here, no wires on the motor. That won't be a big deal to fix. I've actually got the box, the controller and everything right here. So it's just a matter of reconnecting the wires. Not a huge deal, but I got my game camera right here that I was going to get hooked up. And if we come over here, I've got this box that I use. It's got a battery that goes in it, because that, what is it, Spartan? That Spartan camera, it eats batteries pretty good as a cellular. So I tried to hook this up to my smart charger, but again, it's smart, but it's stupid. It didn't know it had a battery on it. So I had to get the good old-fashioned charger to bump this a little bit to put enough voltage in it to where the smart charger would see it so that it could charge it up, because right now I'm pumping 10 amps in it. I got 12 volts and I got my meter connected. Yeah, I got it backwards, I know, but still. So I got 12.14 volts on it with the charger on, and I'm curious if we got any in it now. Let's see. Yeah, so we're at 5 volts. I don't know if this smart charger, let's see, is a smart charger, trying to do this one-handed. So let's hook the negative and the positive. Nope, still doesn't see that it's got a battery connected. So I think we need a little bit more little bit more on it. Let's hit it with this real quick and see if we can jump start it. Now I use this little 6-volt battery that goes to the feeder, and it actually did jump start it. So let me just get this going again. 12.12 volts. If I disconnect the charger, we're at 5. Probably going to be tough to rejuvenate this battery, but we'll get an A for effort. We'll check back on this a little bit later. So what I got to do now is grab my soldering iron. I'm going to solder some more wires onto here, and then I'll probably put a quick disconnect like what I had before, because this thing does fall off and it'd be nice to disconnect it. So I'm going to do that off camera. You guys have seen people solder before and put connectors on wires, so I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Well, I can't win for losing on this. So I got the motor soldered up and I went to test it with this battery here, and this battery's only got about 3 volts on it. So I don't have a 6-volt charger. I could probably find like a wall wart or something to charge it, but I've got this little solar panel here that I usually keep on it, so I'm just going to leave it connected and hooked up. So when I started, I just hooked it up about probably 2 minutes ago. It was at 3, like right at 3 volts. So right now I'm at 3.5, and as you can see, that bottom number 3.545, 46, 47, 48, 49. So it's slowly climbing. So I'm just going to leave this connected, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll be up to 6 volts. We got spinach. Now this battery, I don't know. So I'm gonna grab the meter, put on it, test it, see if we've got 12 volts on it with the charger disconnected. Let's do that now. Let's just see what we got. 13 volts with the charger connected. Disconnect. Let's see where we're at. Nine volts. So this battery is shot. That sucks. So I've got this Spartan game cam, and then this little Wadusa thing. I've had these for several years. I love these little cameras. They're not cellular or anything, and they hold a bunch of AAA batteries. I've probably had this for 4 years, and I think that the batteries that I pulled out of this one were the original batteries, and I leave them on all hunting season long. So these things get awesome battery life, and for just a little cheap, I want to say they're like 35 bucks or something. Great little camera. You obviously got to get out and check your SD cards, but you know, this one will send to my phone, but I got to pay a cell service, and it was a lot more expensive camera than this. And I enjoy getting out and checking the cameras. So sometimes this is the right solution. Sometimes that's the right solution. You got slobber all over your face. Get away from me. Duke, you needed the exercise. So yeah, I'm gonna come in here and cut these bushes and trees that are in my line of sight down here. I'm gonna get them cut down. What I like to do, really, I don't like to do anything in this underbrush, but I can't really dive off into it with the tractor because I don't know what's in here. I know there's a bunch of old wood, things like that, nails, who knows. So I don't really want to drive off into it. One day I'm going to be able to come in here and get all this cleaned out. My dad used this as kind of a trash pit, if you will, and it's just grown up and gotten crazy. As much as I don't want to step off into this, I think we got to get started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, this is one of those multi-tool combi tools, I think is what Steel calls theirs. And what I've always done in the past is use the little hedge trimmer attachment. I got that down. Whew. I don't really know that crepe myrtle's in the way. See how I'm starting to back out of doing that one? I'll probably do that one, but I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna come in. Whew. I'm winded. I got that pecan tree cut down. That's the main thing that I can't really kill with Roundup. So I think I'm gonna wait on that crepe myrtle and until all this stuff dies off from the winter. I'm gonna come in and douse it pretty good with a good coat of Roundup too, because I do not want to be walking out into that stuff. It's still too hot. Snakes are still out. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything if I hit that after deer season's open. And yeah, so that's all I'm gonna do right now. Well, I'm down here trying to set the clock on this thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. I sure can't. That sun is like right at the wrong spot, and I've tried with my glasses, without my glasses. Almost I was up just a bit. I could probably see it, but anyway. So I put one bag of corn in it But that golf cart doesn't get me up quite high enough, so I'm going to go back and get the tractor, and I just kind of crawl up that bucket and put the corn in. To me, it's a lot safer. I'm not standing on that little rail on that golf cart, and I cannot see the time because it's pointing right in the wrong direction, or wrong in the right direction. I don't know. Anyway, I think I see that it says 2:35 right now, which it's only about probably 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'll just wait, come down and set that a little bit later, put the rest of the corn in it. Now I do want to set one of my cameras up. I usually just set it up down on one of the trees pointing towards the food plot. Let's ride down there. We'll get that camera set up and hang it on a tree. Get over here in the shade. So this is the first time I've planted this particular mix of seeds. This is the Alabama blend. I forget who made it, but I'll take and post a link up on whatever side it appears on, and to the video where I did the planting of this, basically the first video of this series, and it shows what the brand is on it. But I've got a ton. I had to actually take a picture of it. I got this picture of this app, and it tells me what different vegetation is. So I had to take a picture of it and identify what all these little green things are. And come to find out, those are radishes. So this thing has got tons of radishes on it. So hopefully the deer here like radishes. So what I'm going to do now is just load this camera up, throw an SD card in it, and throw the batteries in it. Again, I like this camera. You just throw the, what is that, eight AA's, and then this slides up into the camera system there. SD card simply goes right there. Super simple. And this thing has amazing battery life. Takes good pictures. It does not like the fog, is the only downfall, and unfortunately we get a lot of fog down here. But hey, for I think $30 a camera or whatever, awesome. I'll post a link in the description. I don't even know if they make these anymore. Like I say, I've had this for about 4 years. But let's get the batteries in it, and I'm going to take and set it up on a tree over there where that little feeder that I have there is, and then I'm also going to top it off with corn and put new batteries in that. So let's get to it. Alright, we got the batteries in. First click is the setup. And this says it's 7:29, which it is. Let's see, what time is it? 9:06. So I guess it's fine to be at 9:06. Reason I was contemplating that is because the time change. And like, let's see, this is the date. Yeah, let me go back and hit that. 9/6, and the date is obviously 9. I think it's the 21st. No, 22nd. Okay, 9/22nd, 2024. We're going to take 15-second video. If we take videos at all, we're doing, that's 3 shots. Let's just do 1 picture, high res, ID. That's just the camera ID that it like prefixes the, I think the file names with. And then this is basically, do we want to format the card. Yeah, let's go ahead and format it. Are we sure we want to format it? Yes, let's format it. Takes it a couple seconds. Now it's ready to go. Now this says low. I think that is the sensitivity of the camera, and I'm gonna change that to high. I don't know if that's resolution or what, but can't quite remember. I'll post a link in the description of that. So this should be good to go now. One thing too, oh, that was a bird chirping. I thought it was a deer that was blowing me. So this little light here indicates motion. So what you can do is set it up, and you can see that it's flashing. So if I go there, so that'll kind of show you if you're setting it up, if it's getting motion or not. I'm familiar enough with these cameras to know how they're going to work and the field of view that they have. So I'm going to go ahead and get it set up.
Basically looking out in this area here, so it'll catch the deer that are coming out here, and then obviously you can see where that feeder is. So it catches a pretty good ways. Like I say, I'll probably leave this overhang here. A lot of the deer come from this direction as well, so I'll get those on camera right there. So talking a little quiet because there was some guys that were duck hunting this pond back here. I'll show you a video of that right now. It's real pretty back in there.
So that's basically looking out in this area here. So it'll catch the deer that are coming out here, and then obviously you can see where that feeder is. So it catches a pretty good ways. Like I say, I'll probably leave this overhang here. A lot of the deer come from this direction as well, so I'll get those on camera. I love this little feeder attachment that you can put on a bucket, or really you can put it on anything. But 4 AA batteries, and this thing will run forever. So this has a time of 8:19, which, let me see what time it is. 8:20 or 9:20. So I'm just going to leave it at that same time, because once the time change, it'll be fine. Ultimately, it needs to be set more for what the sun is doing than what the time is doing. All right, let's throw a bag of corn in it. It doesn't hold a full bag, but I'll take the rest of it and just scatter it around. Well, guys, that does it for today's episode of The Food Plot. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to the channel. I do have more videos that I'll be making on the food plot and deer hunting and all this year. And as always, there's tons of projects that we have going on out here on the farm. So if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel and I would appreciate it very much. Thanks and have a great day.